What's going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to do a reaction to the game that finished earlier on. Celtic 1, Rangers 0 in the Scottish Cup final at Hampden. Brendan Rodgers and Celtic winning the double in Joe Hart's last game of his professional career against Philip Clement's Rangers. To be honest, I thought Celtic weren't at their best today. I did think Rangers were the better team. Overall, I did. I thought in the second half, I thought Rangers would have controlled it. I thought they were more dominant than they had. Dominant in this game. I think Celtic lost it in the second half. I don't know what happened, but I think Celtic just went into their shell a bit. But once again, Rangers couldn't take advantage. Rangers were the better team. They had more possession. They were winning all the tackles and stuff, but they had no quality, to be honest. I think that just proves Celtic had more quality. I'll get onto the Rangers goal from the corner and everything. But yeah, Celtic weren't the best team today, but they got the win. Idah again, coming up with the moments. We have to get him in. In my opinion, 6 million is a good deal if we can get him in from Norwich. He scored big goals in games. Against Rangers, he scored twice at Ibrox, and obviously the game here today. But yeah, the game begins. Rangers were sort of sitting back, allowing Celtic a lot of possession. I think that it wasn't really working at the start for Rangers. I thought Celtic were getting out far too easily, but I think that was good for us because we found a lot of space. A ball was whipped across the box, and it was Kyogo. Hit flicks the ball on. Hits Ben Davis. Celtic appealed for a penalty. It wasn't given. A lot of Celtic fans thought this should have been a penalty. I personally didn't think it was a penalty. His arm is down at his side. Personally, I would have been annoyed if that was Scales, for example, and he got given a penalty against him. So Celtic, had a little bit of possession in the first half. Alistair Johnson had the first real chance. Celtic driving into the box. Johnson gets away from Silva, and Yilmaz hits it. And Butland parried it behind from a corner. I think Liam Scales got very fortunate, at the other end, pushed over John Sterling. It is a foul, but he got away with it. Nick Walsh didn't give a free kick. It should have been a free kick to Rangers, but Celtic got away with it. But yeah, the first half, it was really cagey. It wasn't a good game to watch. I thought it was a dreadful game of football, to be honest, overall. The whole game, I didn't think it was good. I thought it lacked quality from both teams. I think both teams didn't play their best today. But yeah, at half-time, it was Celtic 0, Rangers 0. Second half begins, and Rangers were the better team. I don't know what happened in midfield. Our midfield went completely missing. I don't know what happened. Rangers get a corner. It was whipped in by James Tavernier, who played it to the back post. Seamer was there. He tapped it in. Rangers thought they had gone ahead. Nick Walsh was then called over to VAR to look at a foul by Nico Raskin on Joe Hart. And it was given as a disallowed goal. I think it was the right decision. I know a lot of Rangers fans are not going to like that. And a lot of Celtic fans will agree with me that it was a foul. It was soft, but it was a foul. You can't push goalkeepers. It's ridiculous. Rangers have felt it. That goal should have been given, considering they didn't get the foul by Scales on Sterling, which is fair enough. They're always going to say that. But yeah, it was disallowed. Nick Walsh, I think, made the right decision, and it was still 0-0. Rangers again had a little bit more possession. And yeah, Diamande got a VAR check for kicking out Dies and Mida. I personally didn't think it was I think it was a yellow card at least, but I don't think it was a red card, to be honest. Rangers had Celtic had McGregor booked for pulling back Cantwell, but then Cantwell did exactly the same thing to McGregor. I don't understand why he wasn't booked. Nick Walsh had an up-and-down game, to be honest. Dessers is when the first half pulled Scales back. Scales actually drove straight for the middle past Dessers. Dessers actually pulled Scales. Is that not a booking? It's questionable. So it wasn't just Rangers not getting decisions. I think Celtic didn't get decisions as well. It was a 50-50 game. But yeah, Raskin played the ball across the box. Luckily for us, Carter Vickers cleared it away. I thought Alistair Johnson was the only Celtic player who turned up in the second half. I thought he was excellent. I thought he dealt with everything down that side. Matondo came on, and he dealt with Silva as well. Yilmaz got booked for pulling back one of our players. It was a booking. And then it was heading towards 90 minutes. I was getting a bit concerned. I was like, this is going to go to extra time. It looks like it did against Aberdeen in the semi-final. Bernardo came on. Bernardo gets the ball. He goes past Raskin very easily. Raskin tries to wipe him out. Doesn't get anywhere near him. Bernardo drives forward, hits a shot. Butlin parried it. Adam Idah, who came on. I thought Adam Idah done quite well when he came on. And when he did get the ball, he held the ball up quite well. He reacts, hits it, past Butland into the corner. Celtic were 1-0 up in the 90th minute. Rangers obviously were distraught because they were the better team in the second half. But Celtic fans, who were quite quiet in the second half, we were just in euphoria. And yeah, that's how it ended. Rangers didn't have any more chances. Lundstrom came on, committed a foul on O'Reilly. That was about it, really. Celtic, there wasn't really any more chances than that. Celtic won the Scottish Cup. Brendan Rodgers gets a better Philip Clement again, for the fourth time this season. Celtic have won an Old Firm derby. Rangers haven't won any of these games. I just think Celtic proved they had more quality. Even though they weren't at their best and they did allow Rangers a lot of possession and control in the second half, I think that Celtic, even on their poorest day, can still win this game. Rangers need a few players to come in to compete with Celtic over the course of the season. But yeah, Brendan's come in. They've won the title. They've won the League Cup. It's been a tough season for Celtic. Not their best by any means. In recent seasons, Celtic have been a lot better than they have been this season. It'll be an interesting summer for Celtic, with O'Reilly being linked with moves away, question marks over certain players like Lava Bielka and Stephen Welsh, for example. Players could move on. Players may want to leave and go on to bigger and better things. It just is football. We'll have to wait and see. We have to get players in as well for the Champions League, or to at least try and get a win in the Champions League, which actually means something. But it'll be a big season, summer for both clubs. Next season will be interesting. Celtic now level on wins with Rangers, 69 wins each between both clubs. Celtic have got 118 trophies. So they're level with Rangers on trophies. If Celtic win the title next year, they'll be on 55 league titles, just like Rangers on 55 league titles, which obviously Rangers fans won't want. But I want Celtic to go out in the summer and get these players in, top quality players. We've got the money from all the Champions League and stuff like that and sales to go out there and buy some actual decent players to win 54 in a row next year. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, congratulations to Celtic, and Brendan Rodgers. It was Joe Hart's last game today. It's an emotional farewell for Joe Hart. He got the fairy tale ending. He's been a good servant for Celtic. When we first signed, I wasn't convinced by him coming, but he proved his worth. He made some good saves. Yeah, he made some mistakes, but who doesn't? Overall, he's a good servant. Another trophy for Callum McGregor and James Forrest. Been, again, two excellent servants for Celtic. James Forrest, once again, proving his worth towards the end of the season for Celtic. But yeah, Celtic got the win. Congratulations to them on winning the Scottish Cup and the double. I'm absolutely delighted. Can't wait for next season. Take care. I'll see you guys over the next few weeks for the Euros. Looking forward to that in the next 2 weeks. Please check out my predictions for the group stages on this channel. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Congratulations, Celtic. Peace.